How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bridging to Geekdoms. I'm your host, Robert Slavinsky. And what's going on? How's it going? So I've been wanting to do this episode since the first two episodes of WandaVision came out. And luckily I waited because two episodes I could sit there and say, you know what, I understand. Two episodes in, they're trying to establish the aesthetic, the feel, the tone, what have you. 3 episodes in, though, starts to get a little worrisome. So I kind of want to discuss WandaVision here and why it appears to be such a slow burn, as I so cleverly put there on my feature image. Now, let's get into this here. Let's talk about this because, as I said, I kind of want to... I don't want to bash WandaVision because I've enjoyed the first 3 episodes to a certain point. I'm not going to sit there and say that they're must-watch TV or that it's something. Wow, my glasses are crooked. Might be because of this, but I'm not going to say they're must-see TV. I'm not going to say that it's the best Marvel that's come out in X amount of years or what have you. But what I am going to say is that it's enjoyable. It's fun. It's good old... It reminds me of my childhood. I mean, I know that I am not that old. I did not watch those old, as people call them, Nick at Night shows when they were originally on. But when I was a kid, Nick at Night was huge. I would watch I Love Lucy, Dick Van Dyke, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie. I would watch those shows on Nick at Night, and I loved them as a kid. Absolutely adored them. So it's kind of cool to see them kind of bring it back and doing WandaVision being inspired by those in some form or fashion. But what is going on in the story? Why are we seeing this? Why are things happening the ways they are in that? And that is where the issues lie. So let's just take a look at things here, just quickly. We know that every episode has kind of jumped a decade. You got the 50s, 60s, 70s. They've jumped. That's 3 episodes in so far. 4th episode, are we going to hit the 80s? Are we going to hit the 90s? I'm not sure at this point. Each episode gives you a little bit of, hey, there's more going on than what you think. A lot of people sit there and try, oh, this is going to be kind of a Marvel Cinematic Universe take and switch of House of M comic line. That's all possible. But here's the thing. Me, being an MCU fan, I have gone and seen every single MCU movie in the theater except for maybe one. I may have missed, I think Thor the Dark World was the only one, and maybe Guardians of the Galaxy I didn't see, maybe 2. But for the most part, of 23 movies, I've seen 20 of them at the very least in theaters, if not once, twice. And I enjoy Marvel. You may look at my channel, you may see Zack Snyder's Justice League, DC this, DC that. I love both. I love the superhero genre, the comic book genre of films. I love it. I've loved them since I saw Blade back in 1998. It's just an enjoyable time. They're fun to watch. I'd like them to, I'm going to go back even further than that. 1989's Batman. I've loved them since then. Marvel, DC, they all have their positives and negatives. I've talked about the negatives on MCU multiple occasions, so really talked about the positives that studio and franchise brings, and it's amazing what they've been able to do over the course of, what is it now, 11 or 12 years? Absolutely insane. But WandaVision, it's supposed to be the beginning of a new era for Marvel Studios. It's supposed to set the stage to get new people in, people that weren't part of it before. It's supposed to be that thing that kind of is like, hey, look, you thought you knew what you knew, but here's something different. So what is the whole deal with what they're doing here? I don't get it. Because me, an avid Marvel fan watcher for 11 or 12 years, I have no godly idea what they're doing with this show. And there is not enough there, regardless of what people try to say. There's not enough there in those first 3 episodes to say, you know what? I want to watch the next one. I want to see what happens. There's not enough there. We've gotten an hour and a half of WandaVision, give or take. I think they're like 23, 24 minutes each. That's in a movie. An hour and a half is a movie. When it comes to action movie, 2 hours is about an action movie, 2.5 hours. So we're half of a movie to an entire film shown. And we have nothing to go on. Not a single thing to go on. It is too much of a slow burn. And this, I think, is going to... This is showing that while Marvel, this is exciting, love that they're jumping into the television realm, but it's showing that they don't quite understand yet how to do a television series. You know, it's just, I don't get it. Now, I want to do something here. And look, as much as I hate utilizing this site, I hate it so much. But this is gonna be something that it's gonna show you. It's really gonna show you. This is the Rotten Tomatoes score for, and there you see it. Average tomato meter, 94%. So the critics, they're watching it, they're enjoying it, they like it. I get it. They've seen 3 episodes. We've seen 3 episodes. That's all anybody has seen to this point. The average audience score is a little bit lower here at 79%. Why? Well, as I'm saying, there is not substance in this show so far to push forward with more. I absolutely love, adore Elizabeth Olsen. I think she is an underrated actress. I think that we need more of her in films. She is doing a phenomenal job in WandaVision. The way that she's able to portray the different era of television show characters as she has in these 3 episodes is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Paul Bettany does the same thing. He does really good in showing off these different eras. But that to me is not enough. That is not enough to sit there and warrant me to say, okay, let's see more of this. Let's see where this is going. I'm going to continue watching. I'm an MCU fan. I'm a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan. But this is what I'm getting to, is this is not who they need to be just focusing on. Yes, you want to focus on the fans. Yes, you want to focus on the people who have watched for the last 11, 12 years. My fiance showed the trailer to her. She thought the trailer looked really interesting. She was like, I might give it a shot. I might check it out with you. Excellent. Another show that her and I could sit down and watch together. I love doing that with her. And anytime that we get to sit down and enjoy something together, I really, really like. She's lost. First 2 episodes, she was... I think the only reason why she watched the 3rd episode is because I was like, hey, we're watching the 3rd episode. And she's like, oh, okay. The first 2 episodes, it didn't grasp her. And she has no idea what is going on. I have a little bit of understanding because of my knowledge of comics. She has no clue, no idea. And that's the problem that I see with the show. You can't expect to build off of your universe, set up this brand new form of storytelling for your universe. And the first hour and a half of this new thing pretty much doesn't do anything for the people that you're trying to reach. That's just bad. Don't get me wrong. This show could turn out to be an amazing show. First 3 episodes though, thus far. Now, this is where people will sit there and say, well, you just aren't used to the one episode weekly format. Okay, I'll bite. I'll talk about that. Let's talk about that. I am 35 years old. This whole idea of binging an entire season dropping at one moment, at one time, is a relatively new development. I come from a time when we didn't have the ability to jump on computer and watch the next episode or watch all episodes at one time through my Xbox, through my Fire Stick. I lived in a time we didn't even have DVRs. I would have to wait till the next week to watch the next episode of Power Rangers. I would have to wait the next week to watch the next episode of Darkwing Duck. That is the life that I lived. So I'm not going to sit there and say that you're completely wrong, but I don't need to see everything right away. But the difference is they understood how to create shows. And Power Rangers and Darkwing Duck, probably a bad example. Let's talk about something, like Scrubs or, some of the greatest sitcoms that have ever come out. There's a lot of them, and they still do it on TV today. People just now wait until they're all finished and then watch it when they're all on streaming. It's ridiculous. So while I can understand that argument, I can see, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I should be a little more forgiving because this is a week-to-week format. But you need to leave us wanting more at each week. The first week gave us 2 episodes. The first episode was a little jarring, was a little shocking because you're like, there's no explanation. So you're kind of like, okay, maybe the next episode will give us some. Next episode comes. Decent episode, not bad. Not bad. Nothing. No explanation of what's going on. Then you have to wait 7 days. Next episode comes out. You're like, okay. They gave us that. They were funny. They were good. I enjoyed them. But now they're going to get... No, they don't. That is a problem because the little cliffhangers, and I'm a sucker for cliffhangers, but the cliffhangers they put in there at the end of the episodes don't want me to come back for more. Like, this is not water cooler talk type of stuff. And if you want to come out with a bang, if you want to be like, all right, here you go, that's kind of what they need to do. And they haven't done that. And it's kind of upsetting. It really, really is. I kind of want to show this because I don't want to end on a negative note. I do want to continue on a little bit and talk more positively about it because I really have enjoyed what I've seen. But when it comes to the grand scheme of things, if I didn't know this was Marvel, if this was not Marvel, I would not be watching the next episode. I do all of my watching and listening based off of the rule of 3. I listen to a new artist. I listen to 3 songs. 3 songs before I decide, do I like them? Do I not like them? Television shows. 3 episodes. I watch 3 episodes before I decide if I want to continue watching. After 3 episodes here, while I enjoyed it to a certain extent, it's not must-watch TV. It's not something that I'm like, I need to see again. And that's a problem. But this is where I'm hopeful. Right here is where I'm hopeful. And this has been making its rounds for quite a few weeks now. Haven't really talked much about it. But this here. Now, Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, Kat Dennings. Kat Dennings was in Thor and Thor 2. Okay, so they're bringing some other characters in. Exciting. Tiana Paris, Monica Rambeau. She was a little kid from Captain Marvel. Again, exciting. I want to see how she comes from being that little kid who helps Captain Marvel decide what color scheme her outfit's going to be, to being in this show. James Spader. He was the voice of Ultron. He was actually the motion capture of Ultron in Age of Ultron, being that he's back. So that's what we got so far, but this is the one I really want to look at here. Evan Peters. Do you all know who Evan Peters is? Evan Peters has been in such movies as X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men Days of Future Past, and Dark Phoenix. And do you know who he played in those films? He played Quicksilver. Now, I'm not saying he's playing the Pietro that was in those films. He's playing the superhero that was in those films. However, it's a very interesting pull. Of all people, Evan Peters. Now, I kind of want to do something here. Let's see here. We'll go. I screwed everything up. I'm going to do this real quick because boy. So I'm looking something up here real quick. I can't remember the guy's name, so I need to pull up real quick. You have Pietro, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's Quicksilver. He's the actor who played Elizabeth Olsen's brother in Age of Ultron. He's not on this list. He's not. So what does that mean? Is this going to be the pull for the X-Men? Are we going to get this Quicksilver into WandaVision, and is he going to be pulled in and be like, what's going on? It's all very, very interesting what happens here. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that that's my belief what's going to happen. I actually believe that he's going to be playing somebody completely different. I don't think that Evan Peters will be Pietro or anything like that. Be neat. I think it would be cool if they did that. It'd be a very bold move because then they're going to be bringing in different characters. But I unfortunately don't think they're going to go that route. But let me know in the comments what you think. Tell me what you think is going to happen. Who is Evan Peters going to play in WandaVision? And when do you think he's going to pop up? What are you thinking of this show so far? Let me know. Comments below. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And, just do me a solid, guys. Hit that little notification button so every time something comes through, check it out. If you haven't yet, check out my reaction video for Godzilla vs. Kong. I threw that up a little bit ago. Excellent. Looking forward to that movie for sure. I'm going to be doing some more trailer reactions. I actually threw up on there, kind of redid the feature art and threw it up for my other two reactions that I did over the past few years. Back in 2017, we did a couple trailer reactions. So I threw them up there again, up on the YouTubes again to check them out. Just fill out the playlist a little bit. But make sure you find down in trailer reactions. With all that said, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I love all you people. Keep watching, keep supporting me. Find me over on the Twitters, find me on the Facebooks, find me on the Instagrams and the TikToks. I'm going to actually get a TikTok out today, I think. I'm going to get something out there today. Haven't decided on what I'm going to do yet, but I will get something out there today on the Tiki Talks. Make sure you check that out. With all that said, thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by, watching my videos, supporting me. I truly, truly appreciate it. I will talk at all of you later.